tons of live streams coming out of Los Angeles because part of this whole crazy weather system that's coming in is burning Hollywood to the ground. That old Public Enemy song coming true. Burn, Hollywood, burn. I smell a riot going on. Once you're here, now you're gone.
Saw that old Joe Rogan clip. It's been making its rounds, talking about how he predicted this on his show. But it's a quote from a firefighter that he knew in L.A. who told him that all it's going to take is just the right wind with the fire, and this whole city's going to burn to the ground.
We're Generation X, laughing at the world today. We're getting older, but we're still gonna play all day. Radio Labyrinth, our minds are a maze, navigating through the chaos of these modern days. Lost in the radio.
Hi everybody, welcome to Radio Labyrinth.
Well, it is Saturday the 11th, if you're watching this or listening to this first thing in the morning as soon as it comes out. And if you live in the Atlanta area, you either have ice or snow or it's all gone. Or it didn't happen. We don't know because it's Wednesday before this colossal storm is supposed to come in and give us 1 to 3 inches of snow. Somebody's going to get snow. I hope that's all we get is snow and then it melts. Because when we have ice in this town, oy, remember
we preemptively closed our office for Friday.
It's all going to happen. You have to stay in hotels because media people don't get to go, well, I'm going to work from home. Well, you can't work from home. You're an anchor or you're on the air. So we'll see how it all plays out, or will have played out since it's Saturday. But I found myself, there's these YouTube channels. Do they show up in your algorithms? These, sensational, pretty colors. They're in TikTok too. Like a week ago, I was seeing there's going to be 3 snowstorms in January, and the South is a target, blah, 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 and this will be the biggest storm ever. And they have all those eye-catching graphics in the little, picture. And so I just click on them, and I get sucked into them. And it's sort of...
I stopped following weather TikTok since that guy went away, that guy that used to yell about the weather. There's going to be a snowstorm in Atlanta, Georgia. Everybody, go out and get your milk and bread.
I love that guy. We used to have him on the old TRG radio show, but we couldn't get our host to stop calling him by a non-PC name. By the way, that word being used all the time by Elon Musk on TikTok. But no, I watch Max Velocity. He's pretty good. And Ryan Hall, y'all. And they're very good at presenting storms and stuff, but a little bit sensationalist, I think.
And there will be a great mountain burning in fire. I mean, the Hollywood Hills are literally engulfed in flames as we sit here right now.
Well, there's a lot of that going on. And then there's tons of live streams coming out of Los Angeles because part of this whole crazy weather system that's coming in is burning Hollywood to the ground. That old Public Enemy song coming true. Burn, Hollywood, burn. I smell a riot going on. Once you're here, now you're gone.
Saw that old Joe Rogan clip. It's been making its rounds, talking about how he predicted this on his show. But it's a quote from a firefighter that he knew in L.A. who told him that all it's going to take is just the right wind with the fire, and this whole city's going to burn to the ground.
He was talking about that on a recent episode, actually, because he said that's when he got the hell out of there.
Well, there you go.
Yep.
They don't cut anything back or clear out debris and brush.
And there's no water in the fire hydrant.
No.
None?
No.
There hasn't been.
No.
Don't they pipe that ocean water in there? You can't fight fire with ocean water? What would that do? Clog up all the water?
Well, the planes pick it up and they drop the ocean water on there, but they haven't been able to fly the planes because it's so windy.
Damn.
So normally they would have the planes putting all these fires out, and they can't because they're going to crash.
Did the fog cause these fires? What caused the fires? They don't know yet, do they?
They don't. And the day before, whenever they said this is red flag, and by this we mean this is the reddest flag we've ever told you, that if one little spark with these winds, this is a tinderbox. And it's just, of course there's a spark, but then there's like a million homeless people too living out in the woods. So who knows if one of they're cooking up an old possum or a squirrel foot and it just set ablaze.
The squirrel foot.
I mean, you don't know. Or somebody purposely did this because there's so many chaos makers right now.
Squirrel foot fires.
Yeah, that's what they're going to be calling it. tons and tons of Hollywood people are evacuating, and some have even lost their homes. Mark Hamill, Mandy Moore, James Woods. But this is the second time he's lost his home that I know of.
Spencer and Heidi.
Oh, yeah. Montague, is that their name? Montag?
I haven't heard if Conan had to evacuate yet or not. His house was in there, though.
Damn. Oh, Carrie Elwes, Ricky Lake, Spencer Pratt, and Heidi Montag. Yeah, you're right. Cameron Matheson, whoever that is. Maria Shriver. All these people, man. This is horrible.
The Goot was out there helping people. He was doing everything he could.
Steve Gutenberg, he'd use that hook he has between his legs to help put that fire out. Him and Willem Dafoe.
I loved the last interview I saw of him where he said that, he's trying to move these cars out of the way. People were just abandoning their cars and walking towards the ocean. And they would lock the car like they were at the mall. They didn't leave the keys in the car. So the firefighters...
if you lock it.
Well, the firefighters are coming through trying to get up the hill, and Gutenberg said, 50 of these cars were Teslas. I've never driven a Tesla. I don't know how to start these Teslas.
Yeah, and those, when they catch fire, they'll just explode and accelerate the fuel.
Sure.
The fire, not the fuel. They don't have
He
fuel.
turned into the Hulk or something and pushes them out of the way.
It is very sad. I was doom scrolling last night, probably till midnight, looking at all these images. And, the kid, he's out there, so I was a little bit worried about him. And it just...
okay?
He's fine. He says he's far enough east of it because he lives near UCLA.
Right.
So it's a little bit more away from the canyons. So they're assuming that they're going to be okay. But he said that the sky is just this orange, black. The air is just thick with smoke. There's this haze, So, but yeah, he was seemed pretty sad.
And we'll get all that smoke will come over this way and then some weather system, and then we'll wonder, what is it? Is it the space smart dust?
I was thinking
fog.
The fog last week. I was wondering, do you think that's still from that chemical fire in Conyers, and it's just moving around the globe? It won't dissipate.
We have a comment about that on our YouTube comment section coming up later to kind of say, "Hey, you idiots." So we'll talk about that. But yeah, that fog story went away. Lots of stories have gone away already. The drone story's gone. The fog story's gone. Because as usual, conspiracies are debunked. We got to find out this HARP weather machine up in Alaska that's causing this polar vortex to come down here. That ain't right. That ain't normal. Because it never snows in the South. How long have I lived? I've lived here since 1996. And we've had, I would say, maybe 3 or 4 good snowfalls.
Yeah, you can count them on one hand. For sure.
Yeah. And 2 of them have shut the city down. I don't know that this one will, although we'll find out, won't we? I call it Ice McBlizzard Pockmageddon.
Oh, cool.
Is that on the new value menu?
It is. Yes, you can get it. Wait, I didn't throw fire in there, but we're not going to get the fire. Unless it's, well, they have thunder snow. Maybe they have snow that causes fires. It's on fire as it falls.
It's volcano snow.
Idiots. I took Jeff's advice from last week's show and went and saw A Complete Unknown. That's the Bob Dylan movie. As far as biopictures go, I thought it was one of the better ones in a long time. And I thought Chalamet was great. But specifically, I thought Ed Norton really stole the acting show by really capturing Pete Seeger. Or Pete Seeger, how do you say it? Pete Seeger? It's Pete Seeger.
Yeah.
The folky. Everybody in it was good. The only real casting problem I had was with the guy who did Johnny Cash. I thought that was a little ridiculous, but still, I did all the fact checking after I saw the film, and it didn't bother me because Dylan always lies and makes up stories and tales. Like, remember that?
And he was doing that on the set of the movie too.
Yeah.
I said he was trying to get him to put in shit that wasn't patently untrue.
Right. Good, put that in there. Do you remember a couple years ago there was a documentary about him on Netflix? And Sharon Stone was in it and said that they dated. And at the end, they revealed that it was all fake. Now, I didn't know that it was all fake. And it might even have been a Scorsese thing. I don't know. But I highly recommend it, even if you're not a fan of Dylan. It's a good movie. And
do you like Joan Baez?
The actress who played Joan Baez was good. And I thought Ellie Fanning was great, too. Or is it Elle Fanning?
Elle Fanning.
Yeah, Elle Fanning was really good. And everybody was good. Very, very well done.
Dan Fogler, friend of the podcast. He was on that episode with you.
Yeah, that's true. When he was stranded in England because of the pandemic, we got a chance to talk to him. I'd love to have him come on. He's He's always like, we need this guy that looks Jewish or Italian to be role.
He was funny, though. When the first time he saw Dylan, he was like, I'm his manager.
Yeah, I know. He's perfect for those. Every role that he gets cast in, he's perfect for. He was great as Coppola.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch that series again. So if you're a producer out there and you need somebody like Dan Fogler, well, just contact his agent. We don't know how to get in touch with him.
I'm his agent.
You're his agent? I'm his agent. The Golden Globes sort of came and went. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. Chalamet and Ed Norton were both nominated, but neither of them won. But I really hope Oscars look at Ed Norton. Look at it again. Look closely, and how well he captured that character and how sympathetic he was. Kind of like a sad sack, a sap, and all that Dylan Goes Electric stuff. Not necessarily true, what happened or how it happened. But again, I can't say enough. And a good recommendation, Jeff.
Yeah, it was a great movie. I loved it.
Dustin, Steph, are you guys going to see it, or do you not care about Dylan?
I'm not a big Dylan fan, but I'll wait till it streams.
I'll see it when it streams, yeah. Like, I'm not that big of a Dylan fan either.
No, why not?
I don't know. It's just like where Neil Young's voice grew on me. Now I would say that I am a Neil Young fan, like a Neil Young Crazy Horse fan. That's my type of Neil Young. But Bob Dylan's voice just never. I like the Hurricane song.
Yeah, that's a good song. Dustin sent us in our little chat group. What was it? It was Nirvana, but it's 1960s or what?
Yeah, it was like a 60s version, kind of like if Strawberry Alarm Clock did all of Nirvana.
That'd be horrible.
With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. A mulatto, an albino, a mosquito.
I like that.
I did too.
Yeah.
I like that stuff. It's interesting to me. I mean, it's very fleeting, right? Like, you're not going to remember it in a year. Oh, you remember that AI thing? Remember all those stupid AI videos I did last year or in 2000 or in 2023 with Bryan Cranston? But I sort of gave up on all that after the Carlin stand-up backlash. But I've seen a lot of Beatles ones. It's like, it's Revolver, but it's Motown. And it sounds good because it's getting better and better and better. So my questions to you guys are, do we like this stuff? Are they fleeting novelty songs? And how long does it take for you to grow tired of it?
I don't think it's fleeting. I think it's something that at our age we could perceive as possibly fleeting. But I think it's going to be something that going forward, it's going to be just another way to have music. Strangely enough, I spent about 3 hours on Sunu last night myself.
What were you doing? What were you making?
What I did was I took a bunch of 90s songs, and I figured out the little trick with Sunu is if you take the lyrics, find a page that has the lyrics, copy those, the description of how to create the prompt, go and search the song and find out what the timing is, and Google will give you the timing, the key it's in, the bars per minute. If you copy and paste that stuff all in, then you just give it what type of music you want it to be. It plays the song like the song is written.
Holy shit.
So it makes them sound a lot better. So I sit and did like Sex and Candy.
I smell sex and candy here. Who's that lounging in my chair? Who's that casting devious stares in my direction? Mama, this surely is a dream. Yeah, mama, this surely is a dream. Dig it.
Well, maybe we can drop a couple samples of what you made and what I made in here.
Wagon, little red bike. I ain't no monkey, but I know what I like. I like the way you love me, strong and slow. I'm taking you with me, honey, baby, when I go.
The one we're not going to put in here, though, is the one I sent Steph this morning. I did a death metal version of Wet Ass Pee.
Yeah.
I mean, these are fun to listen to, but it's nothing I would put on my phone to listen to, like in the car.
Right. You're not over and over again. This is my fake album.
Yeah, I'm not gonna jam out to it or anything. So to me, it's a novelty, and I kind of like it, but then I'm done with it. I listened to it like maybe once or twice, and I'm done.
You haven't listened to that WAP cover I did all day?
No, like the one time I was like, oh, that's cool, and then just move on with my life. But I feel like that about AI writing too, because I was trying to like utilize AI to like break through this part of something that I was writing. It's like a story, and so I took what I had written and I put it into AI just to see if it would give me some ideas of a way for it to go, and it was so vanilla. It took what I wrote and it made it so. Just
bland.
Well, at the same
bland.
time, what did you prompt? Did you prompt it with what you wanted it to do, or did you just see what it would do when you put it in there?
I just wanted to see what it would do. Yeah.
That was the reason why you got the vanilla. Yeah, you need to tell it like I would like give me a variety of ideas based on this treatment. Oh. That way you get variety. But yeah, if you don't ask for variety, it's very. You have to tell. That's the whole thing about the prompts. Is it's weird. One word can change the entire result.
He's right. And then other tools you can find is people have created prompt generators that work specifically with ChatGPT. So you can go. It's a Suno prompt generator. But the way Dustin's doing it actually probably makes them even sound better. There's one other song I'm not going to send. Do you know that song "Eat Bite" by Dr. John Valby, aka Dr. Dirty?
Nope.
Jeff, you know the hell out of that song.
Eat, bite, nibble, chew, nipple, big. You can bleep that, Dustin.
Yeah.
I made a country version of that. That sounded pretty good.
It just sounded like you sang it country.
He's a guy that tours. He's played the Punchline a couple of times, but he's primarily known for the Twin Tiers in Western New York area. And he's probably too old now, if he's alive. Is he alive? I don't
know. I haven't heard from him in years.
John Valby, Dr. Dirty. Let's see if he's still alive. Yeah, he's 80 years old. He is an American musician, singer, songwriter, comedian, and producer known for his comedic songs like Pounding Your Pud, Sheep Pussy, Sleigh Ride, Thank God I'm a Pubic Hair, Big Ass Lil, and Yukon Pete, and then some very awful ones that are way out of date because of some of the words that are in them.
Like, I like to kill INJUNS.
What?
I'm assuming
No. No.
like that.
No. Worse than that.
Oh, okay.
Like with words that can only be used in rap songs.
With no A. It's not an A at the end. It's an ER. It's a hard R.
Yeah, lots of hard R's.
No.
Yeah. That's how it's spelled in here. Yeah.
No bueno.
Shithouse Blues, that's a good one. Roll Your Leg Over. Everybody knows Roll Your Leg. I'll roll your leg over, I'll roll your leg over, and F me till dawn.
Oh, okay.
And then we have to talk about this Costco thing. But I was sort of on a Dexter binge, and then two things sort of derailed that. One, season 7, while I enjoy it, is really to me more of a slog than the previous season. And I don't know why. I can't figure it out. I like the characters, but maybe Dexter being in love threw me off because he never really loved Rita. But anyway, I'll finish it. Not that anyone cares. The third book is terrible, hot garbage. I started listening to it and I couldn't get through it. There's a lot of fantasy stuff in it and supernatural. And then I read, and even Jeff Lindsay, who wrote it, hates it. He says it was a mistake. So everyone says you can skip it and go to book 4. So I'll pick that up. But the reason I'm no longer listening to it is I'm well into book 2 of Dungeon Crawler Carl. And it's so funny. And I hope I would really love it if we could get that guy on. So if anybody knows who knows either the voice guy or the author, I know Dustin's tried, right? And you haven't heard back?
No.
I mean, come on. You're an author. Come on. But they are in pre-production, too, to have a series, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seth MacFarlane has the reins of it, so that ought to be funny.
Yep. All right, so who posted this Are You Ready Player 1?
I did, just because whenever I read... Just because when I saw that they're building apartments on top of this Costco, it just completely reminded me...
Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
That's one of my favorite lines in that movie, Idiocracy. Welcome to Costco. I love you.
If you think about it, though, like some of these apartments, they're low-income apartments on top of the Costco.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's odd. The whole thing is kind of bizarre. I'm assuming that the Boom family will be living in the apartments. But Joel Chocolate Chunk Cookie, those idiots. I'm sure they're going to have a
Go away,
penthouse
chicken bacon.
in this place.
Everybody hates them. How are they famous? People must not hate them, but like podcasters don't like them.
Well, I don't know anybody that likes them. I'm not sure how they've achieved this fame, but it would be kind of cool, though, if you could order up, a slice of Costco pizza.
And a
yeah.
timer.
It's like, here's $2. Run down there and get me a hot dog.
Get me a hot dog. It just comes up through a chute.
Yeah. It's got a pneumatic tube in it like the bank. Yeah.
I also need 700 rolls of toilet paper.
You're in luck, sir.
Mind your business. Just send it up the chute.
But why would you ever have to go and buy in bulk when it's all right there? I mean, that's kind of the whole thing. You do a Costco run. You never need to do a run. It's downstairs.
Would you rather have an apartment above a Costco or a Sears?
Yes, I don't know. Sears, like in the 80s?
No, now. So it would be an empty
Okay,
building.
Costco.
Yeah, so you'd have a lot of
It's just an empty building with like a half a mannequin in it.
Yeah.
With his arm.
They're turning Sears into apartments, I think.
Or JCPenney. I went to, where did I go? It was yesterday. I stopped at North Lake Mall, which they're converting into mixed use. And I wanted to see if there was still a Lids there because I needed one of these beanie type hats. It was cold. And I went in there and there was nothing. A couple of jewelry stores, the coin store that's been in the North Lake Mall in Tucker for decades, a couple of restaurants, a Foot Locker, and then nothing but old people walking.
It's still not as bad as Gwinnett Place. I mean, there was there was a dead body in the food court for like, I don't know, a couple months where they found that girl. She was just like,
what?
Yeah,
it was a couple of years ago.
Yeah, she'd been killed. She was like, they stashed her behind the Orange Julius or something, and she was just in there dead for for a while.
And then they shot Stranger Things there and plowed it over. All right. Well, I don't want to live above a Costco, but, that's the way things are going. If I would want to live above, a Starbucks or something. I don't know. Mixed use, whatever has coffee and good food.
If it's Idiocracy Starbucks, I'll live above there. That's fine with me.
Yeah, that would be cool.
You really go for a Starbucks,
Yeah, well, I really don't think we have time for a hand job, Joe.
It's time for news, trailers, and trends with Steph.
I did not watch the Golden Globes. Did you guys?
I did.
I've watched the highlights.
Yeah, just
That's how people do it now. Yeah, clips the next day.
Yeah, I mean, the Glaser, she had some pretty good jokes from what I understand. What'd she call it? She called it Ozympic's biggest night.
Yeah.
Which was pretty good. And how she talked about how she was in a room full of producers at the Beverly Hilton, and it was the first time with her clothes on. But I think this might have been one of my favorites, is whenever she said, "Tonight we celebrate the best of film and hold space for television." She said, "Wicked, queer, night bitch. These are not just words Ben Affleck yells after he orgasms." So she did a great job. She did such a good job that they have already, they're already saying that they're going to bring her back next year.
Good.
She told the line just exactly right, I think.
Yep. Yeah.
And
for
that
modern sensibilities and also being funny and not being afraid to tell jokes.
And not roasting people too badly.
Right.
Does she
like
look
Ricky Gervais would have roasted the hell out of people a lot more than she did.
She was very mindful of it, and she talked about that on Stern. And she had some jokes that they cut for different reasons because she felt like she was afraid like maybe the whole room would turn on her, such as she had a Diddy joke where she said, "This is the last time all of you will be in the same room together until the Diddy trial."
And they didn't let her tell that joke?
She decided not to because she felt like that would get everybody, it might have went too far. So she did another Diddy joke that was pretty good.
She said Stanley Tucci's freak off.
Yeah, when she said Stanley Tucci's freak off. It doesn't have the same ring to it. Another joke that she skimped on was an Adrian Brody joke where she was going to call a 2-time Holocaust survivor. because of the pianist and the brutalist.
Yeah.
She cut the second part of the joke because she was going to say, if Adrian Brody could go back in time, he would thank baby Hitler for his career. And she,
That's a great joke.
She said she loved it, but her assistant, who is Gen Z, said she didn't get it and that they were going to lose a whole generation. And she said, then I've said Hitler for nothing. So I just decided we'll just cut that one altogether. This one she cut, and I thought, damn it, she should have did this one. It was a Luigi joke. And she said, Glenn Powell was nominated tonight for Hitman. Who would have thought you'd only be the second hottest hitman in America? And this one would have been great if she would have done it. The Wild Robot is nominated tonight. And by that, I mean Nicole Kidman after 2 white wines. So anyway, yay for Nikki. I think we all agree she did a good job. Maybe I will really watch it next year. I'm going to give it a shot.
I like the joke. This one was just her talking about Timothy Chalamet, and she said his name sounds like something that Adam Sandler would say. And then she actually got...
she made Sandler yell it out.
Chalamet!
Chalamet!
That is really good.
And then after I watched that, I watched a half-hour compilation of Adam's Applebee's. Dustin knows what that is.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I ate them all, pal.
Well,
do you know what that is, Jeff?
No.
No.
On Dudesy would write reviews of Applebee's because Adam Sandler went to every Applebee's in the United States, so he would review them. He goes, I sat down there, buddy, and ordered the chicken wings, and I ate them all, pal.
I'll have to look that up. Well, Tim, you stay away from wild birds because we finally had somebody die from the bird flu here in the U.S.
Was it Larry Bird?
No, he's still kicking.
Okay.
It may have been one of his birds. I don't know. This lady, she got it from a chicken.
Yeah.
A chicken that she was messing around with, I guess.
What was she doing with the chicken?
Nobody knows.
She was it.
She may have been intimate with the chicken. I don't know, but she did. She got it, and they said she had other underlying health conditions.
Of course she did. Of course she did. And then they made the headline, she died of bird flu.
But they did say that it mutated several times during her illness prior to her death, which concerned them.
Yeah. They don't know. They really don't know. Did they monitor her the whole time? I get suspicious now whenever these things come out because there's the quad-demic that they're talking about. There's there's some virus in China that's, the morgues are filling up, as they say in these sensational videos. And then you read the story, and then at the bottom it says, this happens every year. So,
well, let's just hope. I mean, I'm not going to go and just like play with a blue heron or something by a lake or anything.
Yeah.
This is kind of sad. I mean, I love Aubrey Plaza. I've been a fan of hers forever, since Parks and Rec and all that. Her husband killed himself a couple days ago. And
Jeff Baina?
Yeah. And
wasn't it after somebody spotted her out with some comedian, though?
Those pictures came out after he died. They were put on all the gossip sites, and she was, he had his arm around her at a basketball game, this comedian. I don't know his name.
Oh, yeah. I did not know why, but yeah, he hung himself. And
he hanged himself?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up. He was only 47, so there's like a lot of people that were, apparently a lot of people thought he was a pretty great dude. And they had been together for, like 11, 12 years, something like that.
Yeah, they were dated for like 10 years before they married.
So anyways.
Maybe he had a disease or something he didn't want to deal with.
I don't know. Maybe he's just tired of...
Or maybe he wanted to be found that way.
Well, that could be. That could be. I mean, out of all the ways that you can end yourself, that just seems like such a... not a fun one.
She was out with Gerard Carmichael at a Lakers game. Or I'm sorry, at a Knicks game. At Madison Square Garden, and some of the pictures he's got his arm around her and stuff, but they could have just been friends, and she likes basketball.
He's gay.
He's gay, yeah.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Well, maybe why is his arm around her then?
Because they're friends, and he's gay, and who cares?
I didn't know he was gay. Oh, here we go. The actress appears to be longtime friends with Carmichael, who is openly gay. So that's not the cause.
No. I think maybe he's just like already we're like 3 days into this year and there's already been a bunch of shit happening. Maybe he's just tired of.
Lady died of the bird flu already.
That I don't know, but
Maybe it was autoerotic asphyxiation.
no, because he
You don't know?
hung. I don't. But that's usually in a closet
Not at my house.
or
We don't have enough room.
or like on a dresser. I don't
Tim
think
does it right in the living room.
What was the movie with Robin Williams, World's Greatest Dad?
Yeah.
Or a bedpost, something like that. But
Yeah.
anyway, on to funner things. Have you guys noticed a difference in Chick-fil-A's fries?
I have not, but tell us.
They're better now.
Why are they better now? They don't
No,
get
they're not.
soggy? Uh-oh. Fight.
They're crispier.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I like them better crispier.
I
I
like
don't
them
like soggy
squishy.
fries.
I like squishy.
Okay.
Squishy waffle fries
Well, they're putting pea starch on them, right?
to make them crispier.
Yeah, a lot of people are kind of upset about this, like Dustin, and then a lot of people are like STFU, like Jeff. They like it. So
Yes.
I'm feeling like this is going to have to be like a new Coke, old Coke thing, classic Coke. They're going to have to do classic, waffles for some
here's
people.
your soggy ass wimpy waffle fries. Enjoy.
Here's your
They're
bag of
cold.
potato mush.
Yeah. When I get Chick-fil-A, if I'm not eating it there, I put them in the air fryer when I get home.
Yeah.
Just so they're crispy.
They're always going to be better if you put them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Like they could give you them in your hand and then you put them immediately in an air fryer and they're going to be better than when Chick-fil-A gave them to you.
Right out of the fryer so your hand gets blisters on it.
Well, you guys like these mochi rice cakes?
I don't know what they are.
That's a New Year's Eve thing in Japan.
Okay.
Well, apparently they are choking to death on these damn rice cakes, but they don't care. They keep doing this shit every year in New Year's, and it's always people that are usually 60 or so. I don't know. Does your throat, does your swallowing hole get tighter as you get older? This happens every New Year's, and they even put out warnings. Chew your rice cake now. Don't get all excited about this bland ass rice cake.
Have you had them before?
They look good.
I've
I'm
had the
looking at 'em
mochi.
I like
Ice
the ones
cream.
that are cooked a little bit, or the like fried, kind of like fried dumplings.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
we
don't
get
like
them at
the plain white ones.
Yeah,
Where'd
we
you
get
get
them when we do the Mongolian barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a side for them. My kids love them. They actually order them from Amazon and make them. They'll make a batch of them and put them in the fridge, and we eat them as a snack a lot.
Do you keep a real hard look on them when they're eating them and make sure they don't strangle?
Yeah, well,
Yeah, he just gives them some sake.
Well, you got to chew
just
them.
chase that with some warm sake, and you'll be just fine.
If you chew them, they're going to be okay, right?
That's the whole thing. I don't know what happens. They just get too excited and they just suck these mochis right down and choke to death on them.
Well, too bad. Plus, we're in the wrong era for me to do jokes.
Hey, you guys remember Brett Ratner?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, he's back. He got Me Too'd big time, like hardcore big time. And he got chased out of Hollywood. Well, he's back and he's directing a documentary about Melania for Amazon Studios.
Not interested. I'm not going to watch it. Look, what's it going to be about? I have no interest in watching it. Melania. The Gulf of America.
I'm assuming it's going to be like that movie from Seinfeld.
Hostel?
No, the movie on Seinfeld, Rochelle. Young ladies.
I was thinking more like Eastern Promises, but okay.
I met her in a hostel. I got drunk and they threatened to remove my eye, and she saved my life. That's why I met her. Lovely Melania. Oh no, Donald.
Why Brett Ratner of all people?
Because he needs a job. Is why.
I was thinking it's because he's another sex pervert, so that's what she's used to being around.
What about that other guy that got kicked out? He was a director. He did like superhero films, but he's a super creep.
Bryan Singer?
Yeah, is he ever coming back? I don't think so.
I think he was a kiddler.
Oh, yeah, he ain't coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, Ratner just harassed women.
And Singer's Superman is terrible.
Oh, yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, it's if you get in Bryan Singer's hot tub, you're not going to come out right. That's for sure.
Ratner's, you'll wake up.
To check out the new Monday Night Raw now that Netflix has it on their debut.
I tried to, but it was the last night that Gilbert had before he had to go back to school, and he didn't go to bed till 11:30.
Hulk Hogan came out to his old "I Am a Real American" and did not get the reception that he once did. In fact, everyone booed him. He got booed extremely hardcore.
Yeah, brother, they were saying, boo Hogan. Boo Hogan.
All the Hulkamaniacs. I saw that he got booed. He looked horrible. He usually doesn't look horrible, but he looked horrible there. There's a combination of the fact that he's a racist who said those horrible things about his daughter dating somebody who isn't white. And he also probably didn't endear himself to a California crowd because he was very MAGA and he was at the Republican convention supporting Trump.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, I mean, he just recently, his beer that he's hawking, if you guys recall, he had, he showed up and they had like an all black female hot squad and he had them all replaced like the next day.
Really?
Yeah. And they did not do a bad job. They were all good looking girls and, you know, they did everything they were supposed to. And then they were all replaced with, you know, like blonde.
Well, he likes blondes. I mean, every woman he's ever dated or married or whatever, blondes.
Yeah. So they all got replaced with, yeah.
I don't know. Was Todd Clem's wife blonde? No, she sort of had dark hair. Bubba the Love Sponge's wife, who he banged while they recorded him. And then what the best thing Hulk did after wrestling was help destroy Gawker.
Oh, yeah. With because of his porno.
Yeah, but I hated Gawker, so I'm glad that he's the champ at destroying gossip sites.
Well, let me ask Elon Musk, are you trying to buy Great Britain also?
No. I just want to, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, like people who post about these grooming gangs on if they post on social media about these grooming gangs, they end up going to jail, but the groomers don't go to jail. And I don't like Starmer. So they hate him in Europe. They absolutely hate him in Europe, just like the Democrats hate him here because he's an instigator and he's an upsetter and things like that. But yet you go anywhere and there's Teslas all over the place, including those ugly, obnoxious Cybertrucks. I don't hate him or I don't care. He's just a billionaire. And when you're a billionaire like him, what are you going to do? You're going to try to get in. And they hate him in Europe, but they don't mind other, like Bill Gates can, well, you all need to get vaccines. Okay, thank you, Bill Gates. You're a billionaire that we like. Billionaires, fuck off. Sorry. End of rant.
Yeah, they just feel like a lot of people are talking about like Elon is trying to incite a civil war in the UK.
England? Yes. They've done a good job of their own setting the foundation for that without Elon Musk's help. But they know that it's kind of a powder keg. But all of Europe is that way. France, which I think deals with it better than any of the other countries. Germany, they have a problem right now. They all have it, you know.
Well, Starmer is like having a fit, and he's going off about all the lies and misinformation that's where Elon Musk has been saying shit about him on X and all this other stuff.
Well, Starmer's the prosecutor who let the guy off, let some of those gangs off with a slap on the wrist. So that's why he's a little disturbed about it. Doesn't want it getting out there again because he's the head of the government and could lose his position, just like that freak up in Canada.
Oh, well, he's stepping down. Isn't that true? I mean, because now they're going to be North America. We're going to take it over in Greenland.
By the way, none of that stuff's going to happen.
I mean, just to fucking make the groceries cheaper, motherfucker. That's all anybody cares
nobody
about.
Wants,
Give a shit
nobody
about
wants the
Greenland.
Gulf of America.
Yeah. Make the groceries cheap. Shut up about Greenland. I don't give a damn.
When can he not embarrass himself? I'm not saying it's embarrassing because some people think they're at home gooning to it. Oh yeah, do whatever. You know. But he's just talking smack until he's in there, and then when he's in there, it'll be chaos and disorder again. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not making a prediction. I just want to be left alone and pay less for eggs.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. You can just keep all your Greenland crap. But the Lions clinched the #1 seed. I don't know if you watched last week, but it was amazing.
Oh,
And
yes.
beat the pants off the Vikings. Even after the Vikings, they spent $2 million on tickets for their fans so that they could get cheap tickets so they could, fill up a big chunk. Nobody gave a rat's ass about that.
They got Sam Darnold on the Jets instead of Sam Darnold on the Vikings. That defense. It wasn't all the defense. It was some bad calls, bad coaching calls for the Vikings.
Truly. But, we had Alex Anzalone back on defense. So that was huge for us. And Gibbs, he tore it up. And then we had some great stops. It was just wonderful. It was great to watch. And obviously everybody is wanting a piece of the pie. So Ben Johnson, our offensive coordinator, along with Aaron Glenn, are both being courted by all of these teams that have fired their coaches. And it'll be interesting to see where they go this week. I know Ben Johnson has an interview with the Patriots on Friday. He was meeting with the Bears. And I think same with Aaron Glenn, the Lions gave them both time off this long weekend to decide where they're going to go. And Campbell was so cool in his press conference. He was like, if they both deserve it. You got to give them both head coaching jobs, even though it's going to kill me for them to leave. So he's such a good
NFL gods, make it the Lions and Bills Super Bowl, please.
Please, not the Ravens, damn it, or KC.
Ravens are really good. The Ravens are better than KC. KC's just sort of lucked out all season long. The Ravens are a very good team.
Didn't you think that was so kind of real bitch ass, the fact that, they didn't play any of their starters, but they lost 38-0. Not even your second stringers can put up points on the board. It was pretty sorry.
Well, the Bills lost, but in losing, they kept New England from getting the first-round pick. So I don't know who's getting it now. Dustin, do you know?
Dustin loves football.
I said that.
Anyway, that's all my news. Blah.
All right, thank you, Steph. Hello, America. I'm Casey Kasem. This week, we go back to January 11th of 2008. The #1 song in the country was Low by Flo Rida. The #1 movie, The Bucket List. And the #1 television show, Friday Night Lights. It's the first time that Tim Andrews has no idea about any of those things. And a happy heavenly birthday to the late serial killer, Raymond Eugene Brown. Ray Ray was an Alabama-born serial killer and S.A.er who unalived his live-in girlfriend and her daughter in 1987, shortly after being paroled for the triple murder of 3 relatives in 1960. When he was 14, he was sentenced to death for the latter murders and died on death row in 2008. I don't think he merits the title of a serial killer. He was just trying to keep it in the family. Now, on with the countdown.
All right, let's talk about some of the podcasts and audio stuff that we've been listening to. I said at the beginning of the show that I'm back into listening to Dungeon Crawler Carl, which means I'm going to have to get the 3rd book pretty soon. I love this series. I'm sorry I slept on it. Dustin, you're the one that got me into it.
We didn't sleep on it that long, though. When did the first book come out? During the pandemic?
Yeah. Yeah, the pandemic's when it came out. But that style of story is new. Yeah.
But I did that. I listened to Tim Dillon, as I do every Saturday when it's just him. And I caught some of John Cryer on Bill Maher. Well, Bill Maher just scolded him. And that was entertaining.
I listened to Bill Maher on Fly on the Wall this week. It was pretty good.
Was he good on there? Did they talk politics?
He was friends with them, and so...
Good.
They talk kind of old school comedy shit. They talk about Jeff, Pink Lady and Jeff for quite a while.
They do?
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. I got to write that down.
Yeah, so he was good on there. I listened to Nicholas Hoult on Conan. He's in that Nosferatu movie.
I'll listen to that one. That was good.
And I watched the first episode of They Call It Late Night with Jason Kelsey. I liked it a lot. I'm going to keep watching it.
We're going to watch it.
It's on ESPN Plus, or I think you can watch it if you have Hulu.
Hulu, okay.
You haven't suffered yet from Kelsey overdose?
No. His wife is his co-host.
I'll check it up just because of the Glaser.
Yeah.
Can you tell Glazer's involved by the writing?
There's some definite Glazer-isms in there.
Okay. Oh, I listened to just a Dateline podcast. It was one of those serialized ones they did called Deadly Mirage. Josh Mankiewicz, he was the reporter on this one. It was pretty good. It's very salacious about these crazy swingers in the desert, and of course somebody ends up dead, and then you're like, who did it? And then I won't tell you who did it, but yeah,
it was Luigi.
Yes,
I listened to Tell 'em Steve Dave and the Ralph Report as usual, but also Pat Finnerty on YouTube. He put out a new video. He does the What Makes This Song Stink videos.
Yeah,
he put out one for Lonely Road for the MGK and Jelly Roll song.
Yeah.
He just eviscerates them. It's hilarious. And it's good. It's worth watching.
Hey, if you're in Conyers and you're hungry, or if you're in any part of the area near Conyers, Georgia, which is right outside of Atlanta, Georgia, and you're hungry and you want some really good pizza or gyros, why not check out Atlanta Pizza and Gyro? They've proudly been serving the East Metro Atlanta area for over 40 years. They're a great place to be this winter, and Atlanta Pizza and Gyro is ready for the holiday season. Now, no need to break traffic laws and smuggle it in from Texas, you bandits. Stop by AP&G and get $3.50 Coors Banquet stubby bottles and more. They've got the best gyros, pizzas and hot subs, and Greek and Italian specialties around. Stop by Monday through Friday, 11 to 9 p.m., and on Saturday from noon to 9 p.m. They are closed on Sundays. Tuesday nights, they have team trivia from 7 to 8:30. Bring your smartest friends and test your trivia knowledge against the best Conyers has to offer. And if it's just like Dustin, for example, you have a good chance of winning.
I wash my hair with their house dressing.
Or you put one of those caps on so it really soaks into your scalp.
Exactly. And then whatever drips out in the night makes like a lovely little 2 a.m. snack.
By the way, their food truck is on blocks until the end. No, for the winter. I'm sorry.
For the winter season?
Yeah. All right. Hey, do you have a commercial or residential construction printing need? Well, what are you waiting for? Contact LDI Repro Printing of Athens. They've been in Athens, Georgia since 2005 with fast turnaround and affordable prices. Call 706-316-9366 or email them at athens@ldiline.com.
Guys, are you reading the online comments?
Gotta read some of these comments.
I'm loving your guys' comments.
You're reading your own comments?
Yeah, they're really good. I worked hard on them.
The secret is don't read the comment cards.
Right. We now are going to read your YouTube comments. We got a lot of comments on our last show. By the way, it looked very good as usual, Dustin. I think the fog conspiracy stuff brought some people to us. What'd you say? We had a bunch of new subscribers, so thank you to you guys. So let's read your comments. Let's see. Dirt Rusty said, I drove through the mysterious fog and it turned me into a newt. I got better. Monty Python fan there. Jeff Southward, who was Jeff's roommate, first roommate or second roommate in college. He had a real wackadoo roommate.
Yeah.
I've been a listener for a long time and enjoy your recommendations regularly. Had to drive through Noble, Georgia on our way home from Xmas this year. Looking forward to your 10th season. Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks.
We should go bowling sometime. Michael W. Thornton says, I had to come into work on a Saturday for absolutely no reason. This helped keep me sane. I appreciate it. We're happy to be there with you, Michael.
Yeah, the Thornton, he's funny, man. He's a funny dude.
Jeannie says, Jeannie2B2B22 says, FYI, a 20-minute video from Jason Shurka listed two other times a man-made fog tested on humans. In 1950 in San Francisco, Project Sea Spray. Then in 1951 on a town in southern France. Then 1953 official kickoff of MK Ultra, which today's survivors in Canada filed lawsuits against the United States. Thank you. Hear that.
Well, maybe that's what's happening. They're activating everyone again.
Yeah, I'm still sick.
Now you're going to be for a long time because of that stuff.
Well, don't get a Cybertruck full of fireworks.
Yeah.
No, don't do that. Katrina Fitch says, Leon Musk interview. LOL, LOL, LOL. What's Leon Musk?
I think
that was you last week doing all the Elon stuff.
Oh, she meant to say Elon, not Leon.
No, I think she meant to say.
She meant to say Leon, like you were more of a Leon Musk.
Oh, all right.
I think that could be your new character. You should be Leon Musk.
Yeah, that works better.
It's half Elon Musk and half Leon from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
You get in that ass, Larry. You get in that ass, Larry. You get up all up in that ass, Larry. All right. Back to your YouTube comments. Thank you, Katrina. That's awesome. Puka Bazooka says, "What's all this about mysterious frogs?"
I think they meant bugs.
And A Better Day wrote, "Some people thrive on conspiracy theories and chaos. We don't."
No.
Christina Mathias says, "Don't forget the gas lines during the Carter administration. Alternating odd and even license plate numbers allowed every other day. What a pain."
Oh, God.
And you left it off, but somebody put, "You guys ever heard of a volcano?" A couple of polls Dustin put up on our YouTube channel. I like polls. They're fun. What's your take on conspiracy theories like smart dust? Let's see. 60% of people said fun to speculate. 30% of people said totally believable. And 10% of people said ridiculous nonsense. And the other one was, what do you think is causing the mysterious fog? 46% of people said weather anomaly. 31% of people said smart dust. And 23% said DARPA experiment. And then less than 1% said, y'all ever heard of a volcano? All right. Thank you, guys. As always, leave us comments, and we'll read them and have fun with them. We're going to take a short break and come back with Views or Snooze.
Views.
Or. Snooze.
And we're back. Yeah, last week was Crunk on Life, which was very funny. Doc, which I have taped but I haven't watched yet. And that Springer documentary that fights, etc. or whatever. Did anyone watch that? I haven't watched it yet. It's on Netflix.
No.
I started to, and then Pickle heard me, and he was like, "Are you trying to watch that without me?" And so now I have to wait and watch it with him.
I watched a clip of Crunk on Life where she was talking about Vincent van Gogh, and it made me want to watch it.
Yeah, that part was very funny.
She said, "What the fuck is this?" Or something like that.
They had like a super close up of the painting, and she's like, "That's a shit."
Yeah. That really made me want to watch it. So Steph, you have to wait now?
Yes, I have to wait till we can watch it together.
All right, so this week, Shifting Gears starts on ABC. This is a new Tim Allen sitcom. Not our friend Tim Allen, but the real Tim Allen comedian.
Do they just give Tim Allen series all the time?
I'm going to watch for two reasons.
I know the one reason I know the two reasons you're going to watch.
Sean William Scott and Jenna Elfman.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Kat Dennings.
Kat Dennings.
Oh, yeah.
It's been said already that this is Tim Allen's worst thing he's ever done.
Oh, okay.
But this even trumps him trying to sell cocaine to that cop.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a Views for me, but probably nobody else.
Nah.
American Primeval starts on Netflix. This looks really good. This is that crazy Western.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
Views for me. It looks really good. I've been looking forward to it for a while. And The Pit starts this week on Max. This is the new doctor show with Noah Wiley from ER, but it's set in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a view, for sure.
Yeah, it's a Views for me.
Yeah, this is the one that the author's family tried to sue him to stop it, didn't they?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know about that.
Because it was too close to ER.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's Views or Snooze.
All right. Thanks, Jeff. Staff picks this week. You guys ever heard of Tom Sharpling? Jeff, I'm sure you have.
The name sounds familiar.
He is a radio host. I guess he doesn't do radio anymore. He has a YouTube show. But he's friends with a lot of comedians. And it came into my algorithm, a little short clip of him talking about A Complete Unknown and how it would have been better had it started with Dylan talking to... There's a video going around of Dylan talking to these kids in the 80s, and he's like, "You guys like Ozzy, huh? You like Rat? You like Rat?" And then he goes on to say, and they should have ended it when he ran into Chumley on Pawn Stars.
Yeah.
And he did this whole bit where he goes, "Hey, Chumley, what's your favorite Bob Dylan record?" And he pauses and he does Chumley, perfect Chumley going, "Self-Portrait." But anyway, so I watched a couple more clips of him, and he has a lot, like so much material out there. His old radio shows on his YouTube channel, and so I just started listening to him, and he's very funny, and his guests are funny. So that's my staff pick. And then of course I want to watch Theo Vaughn is the most recent guest on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Mine's that new Dick Wolf show called On Call, coming on Prime. This looks pretty good. Eric LaSalle's in it. Speaking of VR, it's like a mix of regular TV show, and then they're using like dash cams and body cam footage and shit. Yeah, it looks really cool.
Yeah, I'm
it's
gonna
only
watch
30
that.
minutes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right up my alley, Jeff. I'm definitely gonna watch that.
Big fan of Lori Loughlin. Glad to see.
Yes, it's a college admission scandal.
Yeah.
Mine is Death by Fame. It's the show on Max, and it's everything. Somebody always dies in every episode, but some of them were famous, but it's all people either in the Hollywood sphere of some way. And there's some of the famous people on here is Johnny Lewis from Sons of Anarchy, the one that played Half Sack. That whole story.
Yeah, that was nuts.
Crazy story. They're Jam Master Jay. I mean, they do a lot of these, and they do them really well, where they interview the cops that actually interviewed it, or that were on the scene and all this other stuff. So it's really interesting for true crime fans. So check out Death by Fame on Max.
Cool. All right, let's do some plugs. Hey, by the way, if you're listening to this show on your podcatcher, check out the YouTube page. Just go to youtube.com and put in Radio Labyrinth Podcast and check out the awesome show that Dustin makes every single week. Does tons of edits, adds all sorts of cool stuff to the show that you can visually take in instead of just listening. And it's a really good job that Dustin does every single week. He busts his ass. So thank you, Dustin. So check that out. And you can also leave comments. We want you to leave comments and we'll read them. You can also become a Radio Labyrinth Patreon member by going to patreon.com/Tim Andrews. Just go there and sign up at any level, and you can have access to our weekly Patreon only show called Radios in the Dark, which we posted today and we're about to record after this show. And what else? You can sign up to be a producer. That's $25 a month, and for $25 a month you get a t-shirt. You also get a drawing. I will do a custom doodle for you, or you can pick one from one I have and I'll print it out, sign it, and send it to you if you're interested in that sort of thing. We are going to be getting some new stickers soon. And maybe try some other stuff, but we all have to get together and sit down and have lunch. And so that's something else we're going to plan. And maybe we'll even record it. What do you think? I don't know. But just become a producer. And when you become a producer, you're actually producing this show and keeping it going. This is our 10th year. We love doing it, or we wouldn't do it. And it's because of you guys, the producers. So executive producers are John Allen, Matt Carter, Chris Chandler, Mike D., Jim Fortner, Terry Fuller, Roby Neely, Jeff Peterson, Tim Slayton, and Brian and Chelsea Smith. Thank you guys very much. Oh, DJ Chelsea Smith, I should say. Yeah. And also, I could throw out, if you're looking for a fun cameo, I did a lot of them for people over the holidays. Some people surprised me with voices. Most of them were Trump. But if that's your thing, just go to cameo.com and look for, what is it,
Tim Andrews ATL.
Thank you, Dustin. Should give you a cut. The Popcast, which is my weekly radio show on WSB, is also a podcast. The most recent episode of the podcast features Corey Feldman, who was on our show, and Joshua Zedimer. And he has a show on Hulu right now and FX. It's called Say Nothing, and it's about the troubles of Northern Ireland. It's a good show. And this week, tonight, if you're in Atlanta and you want to listen, or if you're anywhere and you want to get the WSB radio app, my guest is Rich Sullivan, who is a radio professional. I've known him 25 years. We talk about his radio journey and how he got into successful real estate business, and now he's going to be doing a show with his wife, Johanna. And
this is like a national show, too. It's not just in Atlanta, right?
Right. It's going to be available nationwide, and they focus on cool areas in Atlanta and the lifestyle and how the community came about or how it revitalized itself. And I think the first one they did was Sonoya. And Sonoya would be The Walking Dead, of course.
Yeah.
and how it really pumped a lot into that. So check that out, and that'll also be available as a podcast. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about before we go?
Nope.
No, that was pretty blunt. Nope. Okay, until next week, please remember to
keep it
canon.
Well, they say all good things come to an end.
What's that got to do with this show?
Lost in the rain.